Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're unpacking a wild collision of strict workplace regulations and, believe it or not, sudden macroeconomic shifts that are completely transforming the cost of workplace safety right now. I'm so thrilled you're here, because this is a topic that sits right at that crazy intersection of everyday compliance and massive global economics.
Let's kick things off with a pretty provocative question, one that actually affects business owners and employees every single day. Who really pays for your workplace safety? I know it sounds like a totally simple question, but the answer? It's incredibly layered.
You see, eye safety isn't just about preventing injury, though obviously that's absolutely crucial. It's actually a massive financial obligation. It's an investment, a huge liability, and a legally mandated line item sitting right there on your company's balance sheet.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll be covering the cost of eye injuries, who pays for safety gear, the ANSI Z77 safety standards, the impact of new tariffs, and finally, navigating the eyewear market. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Cost of eye injuries, when a program fails.
You know, when an injury actually occurs, the devastating costs just ripple outward. For the employee, well, it's intensely personal and physical, right? They're the ones enduring the immediate pain, the lost time at work, and that terrifying risk of long-term physical impairment. But for the employer, the consequences rapidly become financial and legal. The employer is on the hook for medical coverage, disability, workers' compensation, property damage, and potentially crippling lawsuits and OSHA fines. The stakes literally couldn't be higher for either side.
Section 2. Who pays for gear? Legal obligations.
According to OSHA Standard 29 CFR 1910-133, a bit of a mouthful, I know, providing adequate protection is absolutely not a suggestion, it is the law. Employers are legally required to perform a formal hazard assessment, identify the risks, and provide the appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE. Meanwhile, workers are obligated to actually wear it properly, maintain it, and attend training, so it's very much a two-way street of responsibility.
Now, the 2008 OSHA rule actually made things crystal clear. Employers must pay for compliance gear. This means footing the bill for non-prescription eye protection, hard hats, and heavy-duty boots. The worker? They're only responsible for personal items like everyday clothing, standard weather gear like winter coats or sunscreen, or if they intentionally damage their equipment. Basically, if it's required for the hazard, the employer is generally the one opening their wallet.
Things like goggles, hard hats, and heavy-duty boots are clear, straightforward examples of required employer-paid protection. But when it comes to prescription eyewear, well, the details get remarkably tricky, because a worker's personal vision needs are suddenly overlapping directly with federal safety requirements.
Section 3. ANSI Z87 Standards, Strict Compliance Rules.
This right here is a massive compliance trap for a lot of businesses. You absolutely cannot simply wear your everyday reading glasses, what the industry calls dress glasses, onto the factory floor. Employees often mistakenly believe their regular glasses will protect them, but that is an instant OSHA audit failure. Legal safety glasses must meet the super strict ANSI Z87 standards. This means the frames and lenses are tested together as one complete unit. They feature mandated side shields, and they are literally built to survive extreme impacts that would shatter standard eyewear in a heartbeat.
To pass those ANSI Z87 standards, the testing is, well, it's brutal. Step 1, a 500-gram pointed projectile is dropped from 50 inches straight down onto the frame. Step 2, a quarter-inch steel ball is shot right at the lens, traveling at a blistering 150 feet per second. No joke. And Step 3 ensures lateral protection by testing the side shields 10 millimeters behind the eye's corneal vertex. If a single piece detaches or if the lens pops out during any of this, the glasses fail. End of story.
Section 4. Impact of new tariffs, rising costs.
So, recently reciprocal tariffs have completely disrupted the entire optical supply chain. Duties on imported optical goods from China are stacking up heavily right now. You've got the standard 2.5% duty, but then layers of trade dispute penalties just get slapped on: a 7.5% Section 301 duty, a 20% emergency economic duty, and a newly proposed 34% reciprocal duty. It just endlessly layers on top of itself.
Add all that up, and it equals a staggering 64% combined tariff rate. That is a 64% tax on plastic frames, over-the-counter reading glasses, complete eyeglasses, safety glasses, and goggles imported from China. What this means in the real world is that the baseline cost for employers to provide that legally required PPE we just talked about is absolutely skyrocketing.
And frankly, it doesn't even stop at the glasses themselves. Even worse, lens processing equipment and optical machinery originating from China are facing combined duty rates between 80 and 90%. Think about that. When the actual machines used to make the safety lenses cost almost double to import, those costs inevitably pass straight through the supply chain, right down to the consumer, and directly hit the safety budgets of local businesses.
Section 5. Eyewear Market. Navigating Options.
Despite this intense economic squeeze, suppliers have innovated incredibly well. They offer a massive variety of customized, ANSI-compliant gear to make sure every worker is protected without sacrificing functionality. We're talking wraparound prescription safety glasses, transition and anti-fog lenses, electrical non-conductive frames for specific hazards, and even highly customized line trifocals or double segment bifocals for workers with complex vision needs. The solutions absolutely exist out there to keep everyone safe and fully compliant.
But this brings us to the elephant in the room. As the financial landscape of safety shifts dramatically beneath our feet, the law still firmly mandates protection. Those extreme impact tests, they still apply, but the price tag is changing fast. So, with tariffs completely restructuring the entire supply chain, how will your safety budget absorb the rising costs of compliance?